watched the house party.
We watched the house party trailer. Now, we talked a little bit about how, you said you grew up with House Party, and I watched them all when I was growing up too, and I was a huge fan. But and it's one of those things that like you're glad to see be brought back, but it's also kind of like you just don't know how it's going to be. Mm-hmm. But, man, seeing this trailer was awesome, man. I loved it. I mean, seeing LeBron in there, that they're in LeBron's house, all the cameos look great. And I'm like I was telling you, Shane, I'm sure we haven't even seen the half of it,
I really like this take, too, because you're right. You hear House Party, and you're like, okay, that series is fun. And the world we live in, of course, someone at some point was going to come back and relaunch this series. It was inevitable.
World, right, yeah.
But, I really like this take because you're right. How are they going to handle this? How is this going to even feel? And the fact that it's a completely different take. They're not high school students. They're not, these people are adults with real problems with families. Yep. And so I really like that take. It's coming from a different direction. Sure. So it doesn't feel like, it's a rehash. It's like, this could possibly, again, it's not a reboot. I think I'm more upset when I see reboots where it's like, we're going to reboot House Party. We're going to get these high school kids and it'll be a fun romp. But instead, this is like, hey, this could be in the same world. This seems really cool. And you're right, the cameos, and I mean, LeBron James stole the show, without a doubt.
Right. He's hilarious.
And he's punking on himself
I'm so
hard.
glad he can do that,
yeah,
man.
Me too.
It makes me feel so... he's just such a good character.
Those are the best cameos. That's why there was that Neil Patrick Harris resurgence, was because he comes out with Harold and Kumar,
right?
And he completely destroys himself. He's doing coke off of hookers' tits and stuff, and it's just like painting himself as the worst
the
human being.
Of Neil Patrick Harris.
But it showed us as an audience that, hey, this guy's hilarious, and we want to see more of this. And so the fact that LeBron James, especially right after doing the kids' Looney Tunes Space Jam movie, comes out and is just like, hey, I'm going to take some big stabs at me. This is all stuff that's, people have been making fun of me for years, and I'm just going to embrace it and roll with it and have fun. And, he killed it.
Yeah, for sure. Again, I'm glad to see that he can poke fun at himself. It looks like a ton of fun. Like, I mean, we were talking about the release date on it, which was January 13th now, right? Because they moved it. And like I was telling you, you were saying it was December 9th. And I had just told you right before that I feel like this is a perfect kind of Christmas time, or you said New Year's, which I think is even better. But yeah, it would be a good time to release it. So I kind of miss or hate that they moved that release date, because now I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer to see it. But, man, it just looks so much fun. And I'm not sure if this is going to – this seems like this could be a day-and-date situation where this would probably maybe drop on a streaming service while maybe dropping in theaters. But I would definitely check – I'm definitely going to watch this. And what I'm most excited for about this is the cameos, because again, we've seen a lot. We've seen Gator, we've seen Lil Wayne, we've seen Anthony Davis. We've seen a ton of people in there, but those are just the teases. There's gonna be so many people cameoing in this movie, and with LeBron producing it and him,
Well, the whole idea of the film is to throw this giant house party and bring in these celebrities.
Right.
So this isn't just, again, this isn't a high school romp.
Right.
This is bringing in some A-tier celebrities that are just going to flood this, the frame.
Right.
And that's what's going to be fun about it.
And who better to do something like that than LeBron James? I mean, he's going to be able to bring in the celebrities, So I expect this to be crazy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if everyone from Hollywood's in this movie. So,
my only issue with the trailer, because we just watched the trailer, they kind of set up in the film where they're wandering this mansion and they're like, oh, whose place is this? And we find out. I almost wish we wouldn't have seen that. I almost wish they wouldn't have spoiled that.
And it was LeBron.
Because they even have that joke. It's like, oh, wow, he's been to Cleveland and Miami and L.A. And it's just like, I started thinking, it's like, well, who could that be? And then instantly, it's right. And so it's just, and I'm glad they did because it definitely makes you want to go
Yeah,
see it even
no
more.
doubt.
So I can understand
great
why it's in
marketing.
the trailer.
Yeah, for
Exactly.
sure.
So they got to do what they have to do. But I do remember similarly in Zombieland, the first time I saw that with Bill Murray's trailer is very similar. They show up to his mansion and you don't know what it is. And that wasn't in the trailer. So I
Right.
remember watching the theater and everyone exploded,
Right.
you know, in laughter. And so
And I'm sure there'll be a bunch more of those that'll get. Yeah.
In fact, that probably shows you, you know, how confident they are and how
Yeah, no
many they
doubt.
have. If they're
Yeah.
like, oh, if you think that's a big one,
Right.
just you wait. You come out to see our movie.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I definitely want to check it out. So yeah, guys, have you guys had a chance to check out the trailer for the new House Party movie? You guys should go check it out if you haven't. But if you have, let us know down in the comment section below what you guys' thoughts are on it.